Hi, good morning. This is Simon Bailey. I'm very glad to be speaking to you here. I'm speaking from a place called Pamzinda, Safari Lodge, which is about 80 kilometers from Harare. I'm doing a team building session since 2 days ago, and today is my final day. This is a beautiful place, as you can see, in the wilderness. So today I just wanted to share with you something. There's this thing that is called team building. And I've seen this, I've done this for, I don't know, maybe more than 200 companies that I've worked with my colleagues facilitating these things. And I have noticed some patterns, and we're trying to correct those patterns. First of all, we want to talk about team building, that team building is not just an activity, it's not an event that you do, once a year, or some people, they don't skip some years, they do it once in 3 years, 4 years. Team building, the real team building, is a process, and that process starts with recruitment. So you start with recruitment. How you recruit your members of the team is the first starting point for building an elite performance team. I love talking about elite performance teams, yeah. And so you start with the recruitment, and then you go on to the next one, induction. How do you induct your people? When your new people join the organization, how do you induct them into the organization? And then you go to training. What sort of skills do you allow your team to develop? So there are some skills that must be mandatory for every team member. So you should know what skills are mandatory for every team member. Then you also look at I'm talking about training, so I said you need the skills. But there's also the element that is critical, that is of development. When you are looking at the person, the qualities, the thinking, the mindset, the emotional, setup of the individual, and how to improve the emotional setup. Two main things: how to master negative emotions, but also how to make sure that they're able to prime themselves so that they experience more of their positive emotions. And then this team building session that is done once in a while, it must be well structured. It must be based on what you want to achieve within that particular period of time. It must be tied to the kind of results that you want to produce. So when you make it like an ad hoc thing, and you just come up and say, okay, we want to do team building, and it's more of a tactical, it produces some results, but it won't be very effective. So you need to approach all these things from a very strategic point of view. Obviously, you can forgive me, I'm a meta strategist, so I always want to think things from a strategic point of view. That's always my starting point. So you have to look at everything from a strategic point of view. So that team building must be a program, which can be a 1-year program, a 2-year program, a 4-year program, but it must be a program. It cannot be just a once-off thing that is done ad hoc. And then you look at how you do facilitate the team building. It's not just about games. I know some people think like when we ask the teams, like, what do you expect in this team building? Most people talk about, we were looking to have fun. Having fun becomes always, in most cases, becomes the first thing that people mention. So, but the thing is not about just having fun. It's about fun, learning, discovering, and also, creating the important connections that can make a group become a team. Sometimes it's very difficult to separate between a mob and a group and a team. Some people, they call themselves a team, but they are not really a team. They are what I could call a pseudo team, but they are not a team. Because for you to become a team, a real team, there are certain principles, there are certain attributes that are required for the group to become a team. So, but some of them, they are pseudo teams. They are not real teams. Some of them, they are lone gunners. Some of them, they are mobs. Some of them are groups. Some of them are societies. They are not teams. So you need to really understand what you mean by a team. Teams are built on a specific set of principles, attributes, and mindset and theory. So you need to make sure that you have those things correct before you can call anything a team. My name is Simon Bere. Enjoy your day. See you. Bye-bye.